Okay, we're going to get busy right now, and we're going to do Ableton Live. But I want to sit up here and make templates, right? So make something I can use over and over again and like mix with. So I've got some tracks. I'm going to put them in here. Going to build a template. But first, we're going to build it from nothing. All right, so I'm going to get rid of the MIDI files. I'm not going to need these for this session here. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to delete. They're gone. Now I want to add some audio tracks. Command T, so that's 2. There you go, 18. Perfect. And now I want to add some music to here. I'm going to go to right here. I'll press a tab, which will get me there faster. And so I got this first track here, right? And I'm probably going to go down here and make sure I select this track here, just for my own purposes. And so what I want to do next is drag some tracks and bring them in here. Drag my stems back here. Yep, there they go. Go to here, hit this top one. A command, select them all. I want to drag all these files and stick them in here. So I'm going to click it one time here and drag. Hold down my command key here as well. And you see the files start to populate here. Make sure I'm on the very first audio track. Good. And as you can see, there's sort of like rendering in the background there as I drag them into this section of the platform. Yeah, this looks good. So I'll let go here. I'm just dragging them in. Now once they're all in here, as you can see, they've already been saved again inside the little folder I had. And now what I do is play it back from the top again. Go back to my first joint here. I'm gonna get rid of this track here, this one, and this one. Delete. Okay, cool. So what we want to do next is sort of get these drums lined up. So I need to bring everything down. I don't need all this stuff here as loud as it is. So I'm probably going to do something here and go to here and select all these tracks and drag down. I selected the all command here. And good, I'll bring them all down. I want to hear one thing at a time, so I'll go back in here, see this one track, this first track here, and bring this track up here. And bring down my master right over here. Cool. Good. Perfect. Now, that's the bass sound. So this is my drum kit right here. Perfect. So I'll stop this. I know I got these tracks to be my drum kit, so I know this one isn't going to be, so I'm going to hold down shift here, hit this one here, and I got all these lined together. And I want to go command G here and make myself a group. Here's the group right here, so I'll press play. And they're all up here right here. That controls everything. They're all going right here to this one section. Perfect. So in this group, I prefer to add some effects. Generally, I'll add some effects for this group. But what I want to do, first of all, is probably add effects for most of these tracks. I want to have my template. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to press stop that for the beat. And I want to come to here for this first track. This first track here, I'm going to grab some effects here. So let's get to effects. We're going to go to our plugins right here. Good. I'm going to get some plugins here. You can pick what you want to pick. I've got some stuff that I prefer to use. I'm going to go in here, Universal Audio. And I prefer to get something here on top. I do want to warm this sound up first of all. So I prefer to use the oxide on here. So let's get the oxide tape running up here. Where's my oxide at? Okay. Hey, right here, my oxide right here. But what I want to do next is I'm going to come to here and probably select all the tracks in the group. Get them all together. Great. And I want to bring this in down in here. Double click that and it appears right there. There you go. My tape machine's right there. And I'm going to check on this track too as well. And this track. Good. So I come to here. This is the first track here. Good. Go back to here, see what device we have here. None whatsoever. So, put that one there. Here as well. I'm going to put this one here. Good. So I'll make sure I have something at the top of these tracks. As you can see right there. That's poor. Now that I have everything in a group, what I want to do here now is sort of like add effects in. So I got the group selected here, right? It's my group right here selected. You see this blue is right over them, so it's hovering over everybody here under that blue line up here. And these all belong to the group. So I want to come into here, and I'm going to pull in this one here. And I'm going to double click this, and right here it comes, and that's my tape machine. See that there? Make it louder, right? Get that for that. Right there now, I may come to here and apply what I want to use for the drums. So come to my drums here. And what kind of drums? This is for kick, overhead snare. See, I have a bunch of stuff going here. It could be, so I'm just leaving it for everybody right here, leaving a default setting for me, for all the drums. Now what I'm also going to do here, I want to leave something else in here. I want to probably put in the EQ for my drums. So I want to look for EQ I want to use, pick what you like. I'm going to hit this other EQ I have up here, which is probably going to be this one right here for drums. Yeah, I like this one here totally. The hits fill EQ. I'll come to here and I want to get my drum set up. Here's a drum bus. Whoa. Okay, let's go hip hoppy. Good, I like that. Can adjust when I want to adjust some stuff to it. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Off. Loud. Perfect. So we're going through this one here, through here, and we got our drum bus going. I want to do one more thing though. I want to add a compressor here to it too as well. That way I can make it real tight when I get my mix going on. It's just basic before I actually start mixing. I want to make sure I have a really good setup for this setup here. So I want to probably use, the SSL. I might use the API actually. I like the API a lot too as well. Let's go with the API bus compressor right here. And I'll select this one right here. I'm going to find out what I like. Oh, some glue. Oh, yeah. Not bad. How about this? Nah, too smashy. That's nice and steady. Perfect. So, see, I add these effects to it. It makes it easier. If I turn them off, see how that affect the sound? So I want to keep these. That way when I import my drums, I make my template, I got my tracks right here. I'll say, okay, these are my drum tracks right here. And all these tracks go into that one group, which is great. So next I'm going to go over this bass line. Great, so what I'm going to do here, probably with the bass line, I would put them all on this bass here, but I want to make myself a little subgroup for the bass too as well. So first I'll go back to here. I probably want to label this so I know what this is. So I come to here, and we're going to label this one. Can we rename it? We can rename it. Go right here. It's going to be my drum bus. My drum bus. I said it twice. Boom, there it is. My drum bus is right there. Okay, good. So the bass line is right here, right? My bass line, yeah, perfect. So what I'm probably going to do here is make sure I've got a little group for this too as well. It doesn't even need a group. I want to make sure I have a special output for it where it's almost like stereo coming at you. So I want to make sure I come to here, and I'm going to just press this thing here, and now I got a group. That's my group for that sucker. This is plus play. It'll be thick here now. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to get something to go into here. So right here, this group, I'm going to rename the group, call it my drum bus. No, sorry, my bass bus. Getting confused already with that, huh? We got to find the bass bus. It's got to be somewhere around here. My bass bus has got to be set up properly. I got to rename it. Here we go. We're going to call this the BASS BUS. There you go. That's good. BASS BUS is good. Next, what I want to do is probably, I got that going on. I want to get some effects on this thing. So I got an idea for some effects. I want to probably pull up, I think I'm going to get me something like an Avalon. Yeah, Avalon might be kind of nice on this sucker. So let's find the Avalon, pot it right there. Park that sucker right there. There's an Avalon right there. Beautiful. Got me an Avalon here. That's great. I'm going to look for a bass. I want to get out of here. Let's go to bass. There's bass right there. I'm going to stick with bass. That's a good way to call it, a bass. Go to here, play it back. Nice. I want to add one more on here, add another EQ. Want to give me some overall bottom. I want to find the Pool Tech EQ. I can put along with this EQ as well. Get some parameters out of it. Here we go. The EQ P1A EQ. This is some Pool Tech. I'll pull this up here. It pops up in here, kind of cool. I want to go to here again for my default sound. I'm going to go to bass. Where's bass? Bass is right here. I'll select bass 2 here. Great. And I'm going to probably bring this, I know what this thing sounds like. I know just what to do right here. And I'm going to turn this off here. Ooh, that's bass, man. And it's not interfering with the bass drum. Cool, so we're going to keep that. Perfect. So that stays right there. So let's get the rest of these sounds together and see what we've got here to mess with. And I'll bring this up here. I'll bring this up here and keep going along. A little guitar right there. Ooh, trill on the piano. Cool. Nice. Okay, so now I've got 2 tracks I want to consolidate, or actually bring them together and make a group out of them. Some keyboards here. So, yeah, this one right here. That one there. So I want to get these 2 together. So I'm going to grab this one here. 16. So I go up here to letterhead, right to the top, actually, where the words are, and I'm going to drag it over here close to 12, which is right there. Good. And now these 2 should be working together. 13. Yep. And this will be the trill. Got that. So these 2 have to be together. Both keyboard tracks there. Great. So now I'm going to go up here, press Shift, and select this track 2. They're both selected together. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make myself a group. There's a group. I'm going to call this group my keyboard group. And so we come down to here, and then we're going to give the name, rename that, please. And this will be keys. We'll call it piano. Let's call it keys for now. Keys bus. Boom. Got them together. So now they'll be right here. Here's the audio output going into here. Then this one. Right in here too. Great. Love that. Let's get out of this one here. So now I gotta get something for some keyboards, right? Let's get some keyboard plugins. So for my keyboard, I'm gonna pull in this Avalon. This will be great. And so I get some keys up here, yep. Oh yeah, that was hot. You heard that? I know you heard that. What am I talking about? It just Beautiful. Of course, without it, this is how it sounds without it at all. With it, butter. So I want to add one more thing on top of here, just for now, that I prefer to have to keep this color of it going really well. And I'm looking for, right now, I'm going to get a Fairchild. I want to get the Fairchild here. Yeah, I want to get the 670 on here. Really cool. And now I'll play this back. Yep. Oh. Oh, yeah, man, that's nice. Too loud now, but we're going to stop this real quickly. Okay, great. So I'm going to keep that on there too. I got two of my favorite devices I want to have on some keys. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, right, and play it back again. Oh, see, it's in the right frequency. It's not interfering with anything. Perfect. So this is just the guitar here. This is like a guitar sound to me. Yeah. So this, I'm going to give a little something to as well. But first, I want to make sure everything else here is going to be cool. Okay. Now an effect sound. Okay, I like that sound there too. Good. That's 15, 16, 17. Perfect. So now I've got this rolling pretty good. Next thing I want to do is get one more sound locked in here, which is this one I have right here. And make sure this is locked in pretty well. What, not the right one? Wait a minute. Should be this one right here. That's it right there. I'm going to give this some sort of guitar feel to it. So I'm going to go to here and create a new group. I'll make sure it's stereo, so it's going to be kind of big. So I'll make it a group right here. That's a new group right there. I want to add some effects to this group right here. Make it pretty simple. So I want to give it more of this guitar overall feel to it. So I'm going to probably come in. I use my 11. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to use an EQ first. I want to go with the hits fill again right here. Let's get the hits fill up. Or matter of fact, I got a better idea. I'm going to deal with my SSL channel strip right here. Yeah, pop this in here. Good. And now I'll play it again. Good. So that's it right there. I need to probably look for something right here. I want to get a guitar type feel out of it here. I believe we can do that in here. Here we go. Got the guitar right there, yep. So now, oh, I'll get aggressive. Yeah, I want to see this one. Oh, yeah. Give me that feel I want to get. I want to up the ante a little bit more. A little more. A little bit more. I'll put a little bit more output in this thing. Okay, so you raise the output there. Excellent. Excellent. Nice sound. EQ is good for me. I like the way it sounds. It's going to work for me. A little more high end on here, so I can counter it against the basses that does the same bass line. and go to here. Perfect. So that's cool. So I create this template here, actually just for me to mix this track up with. And so once I'm done, I'm going to remove all these sounds, and it's going to be just the simple overall sound of nothing, and we'll go from there. Now I've got all the effects on the instruments I need to have them on. So what I want to do next is put something on the master output, and that's my main right here. I select this, and I'm going to get my instruments down the line. I'm going to put an EQ on top of there. And so I know what I want, my usual kind of setup to actually adjust what I'm going to have later on. So I'm going to go with my, of course, this bad boy right here. This is a hip hop mix I'm going to be doing. So I want to get down to my, not drum bus, but my mix bus right here, right? And so I've got a bunch of selections I could use here. I'll have to select from here to give me the sound I want to get out of my sound here. I can pick whatever I want here. This is kind of cool. This is a lot of stuff. This is the Hitsville EQ, and this is from Universal Audio. This is a great EQ. Love it a lot. I can tune it to what I want to get out of anything, which is really cool. And next, what we have here, I'm going to go down to here. I might just pick up this Brazilian feel just for a second. I'm curious about how that sounds with the track. Matter of fact, let's go hear that. Here's some of these back and forth. Right? Do you see it? I can change it up. All right, great. Stop that. Sound like guitar's too loud. Let me stop this right here. But I'm going to add the stuff here in a row, then I'll adjust my mix later on. But to give you an idea, I'm just going to set up a template. I'm going to take the stuff out of here and save it. But first, I want to put these sounds in here, save that as a song to mix. So my next lesson will be mixing. And after that, I want to take the stuff out of here, then save it as a template. So I can always bring it up as my mixing template. So I've got this one here. This is going to be the Hitsville right there. I want to pull in some sort of nice compressor in here. I want to pull up the API. Yep, the bus compressor right here from the 2500. That'll go right there next. I'll put that there. And I'm going to put something here I want to keep in here just so my mix bus up. That's right, mix bus. I like to glue it in tight. That glue one is really good for me. That's great. Pull this out of here. What are you doing? All right, good. And next, what I want to have behind that, I'd like to probably make sure the mix is going to be wide enough. So I'm looking for this other plugin I've got here, and that should be, here it is, Isotope. Okay, go to here, and I want to get the image right here. We go. Ozone Imager. So I want to make it wider. The mix is generally a little bit wider than what it is, so it sounds wide. I like that a lot. And next, I want to add some sort of tape to it to give this feel like it's tape to warm it up some. So we're going to go with the Ampex, actually. Go back down here. We're going to go back to Universal Audio and look for the Ampex ATR 102. Here you go. Get this bad boy right there. And we'll put this in there. That's good. Now press play. See, it's tape machine. Cool. Like that. It's cool. So I've got my guitar. It's like too loud here. And I got my guitar with my guitar string. And here's the group here we got here for the guitar. It was like where? That's it, probably right there. So let's go to here. This is my guitar group. I didn't label this. So I'm going to go right here and label this as my guitar group or my guitar bus. GTR-BUS. There you go. It's my guitar bus right there. Bring this down some. Try it again. Nice. Now here I got this going on, right? So this bus right here. Nice. My mains right here. My effects for the main are right here. Okay, I'm good to go. Now I haven't mixed it yet. I've got the stuff I want to have. It's got a nice warm sound now. I'll EQ that up more later on, but now I want to sort of make the template. Okay, so now I want to name this track. So I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to press File. And I'm going to go press Save the Set. Yep, save this set. Okay. This is going to be Last Man Standing. That's good. I'll press Save it. Cool, and we're saved. So now I've got this here. I want to go back into here and look at these files. Back to here. These files are cool. That's been saved. Now I want to get rid of all this stuff, actually. So I want to get all this stuff here and sort of like grab this header here. And I might just want to get rid of all these tracks more than anything else, right? So I want to get these tracks done and remove a bunch of these tracks from here. Yep, just like get rid of them. And get rid of this one here. Get rid of this one. So I'm getting rid of all this stuff in here. Cool. This will be easier. Right here. And grab. Hold on my shift key. Grab, grab, grab. And grab this one. And then, I don't know if it's zero at all actually. And press delete. And now we got nothing here at all. Nothing at all. And so what I want to do next is save this as a template. So I'm going to go back into here. Check to make sure nothing's left. Yep, left there at all. Empty, empty, empty. I'm going to go back over here to File and Save as Template. All right. I'll give it a name. I'm going to call this my temp. Mixing temp is good enough for me. I'll press turn. You want to overwrite? Let me see. Cancel. I'm not trying to overwrite anything. What are we doing here? Nothing says mixing in here. Nothing says mixing. So, oh, there's mixing template right there. Yep. Let me get back. There's a different one. So I'm going to call this my UAD one. So I press that, enter, and there it is. Mixing UAD plugins I got in there mostly. And this is my other mixing template. It's a different one with a lot of plugins actually from Ableton Live and some Wave plugins. So this is kind of cool. I got my template now, so it's easy to use. I can always go back to that template when I want to go to that one. Or I may say I'll bring this one up here. I'll click on that one, bring that one up. But it's good to have a template to mix with. Now all I have to do next, I'll just get my sounds. I'll see I got my drum bus over here. I'll say I got a drum bus. I'll put a kick, snare, hi-hat, blah, blah, right there. These will automatically go to that group. These effects will be there too as well. These effects will be everywhere they're supposed to be. And it's less work for me. I can just start mixing and then figure out which effects I don't want, which I do for that particular song, and continue from there. This is a great way to work inside of Ableton Live and move faster when you're mixing and you want to start mixing a track. Any questions, hit me up below, of course. Leave a comment, and you can also call us, and also go to samplekings.com. We do lessons, and we also mix tracks for people too all the time, so it'll be easy and a lot of fun. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you then. So this is how the track sounded. So what I did in this session here, before we start showing you how it works, I created a mix session. And as you can see, I've got some groups. Here's my drum bus group right here. I have a bass group, I have a guitar group, I have a keys group. So I'm going to use this stuff to actually improve this session. I load everything else in. But then I'm going to take out all the audio files, which you see right here, remove those, and save this entire session as a mix template I want to use for hip hop and some sort of maybe a little bit of neo soul too as well. So let's get started.